So what is up, guys? Let's go over this fighter collection, see if we have something to look forward to in February, see if anything will really change. So let's get started. So we got Tatachi Kaze first. When placed from your hand, discard a card, add a Gaia from your deck to your hand. Then when paying the cost for stride, this card gets plus grade 2. Is Gaia real? Nope. Just goes to show he is not real. So none of these strides are real yet. Just like Cosmic Heroes aren't real. Sorry, that really took me out of the entire thing. Anyways, so yeah, just keep in mind some of the cards aren't even released these grade 3s, yet they're giving them away early, because of stride foddering. So Tachikaze's. When your Vanguard is hit, this is their countercharge PG. So let's take a look at their striding. When placed, if your heart is an ancient dragon, you may call a card from your hand, then choose one of each of both players' rear guards, retire them, and this unit gets power equal to the sum of the original numbers. Of the units retired by this effect. In addition, if the power increased by this effect is 20,000 or greater, plus 1 critical. I mean, 20,000. It's really pushing it because there's max is gonna be like 1,800, 1,900 unless they're playing a G3 on the board. They're legit saying, here, have a crit. I doubt that. That might come later or something. Maybe when they're on desperate and they have to play units from their hand just to finish game. But yeah, that's not gonna get a crit. But at least this unit retires, and your opponent can't heal guard it. They have to use PG pretty much against this unit because he's gonna power creep the 2600 with whatever unit he's killing. So 1800, so he goes up to 4700. So yeah, heal guard. That's what makes Pearly tight and good. He's mostly here to hit PGs. Tyrant Arch Raider. It's another Tachikaze stride. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, retire a rear guard, gain 5,000 power, and the following ability. When this unit attack hits, choose what approach. Okay, so Tachikaze becomes more of like, I'm going to board wipe you. I think a lot of G-era strides have been becoming more board wipe related. Or G cards just dealing with board wipe, period. Even Novas have a board wipe card. They have a card that can kill a G1, or if your power exceeds a unit, it can retire it. So little things here. Alright, Spike Brothers actually get something in the future. When placed from the hand, this is their stride fall, add a Rising from your deck to your hand. Rising's not out yet, and you can stride. And PG, so they're pretty much in this Fighters collection, they just give away the PGs pretty much. They're giving away PGs and all that for their sets, so we don't even know. Most of these have to be becoming clan events in the future, but again, we'll see. So Dudley Geronimo, the Great Warrior. If your heart is Dudley, make sure it's Dudley Emperor or a Dudley card. Counter blast 1, G Persona Blast, so you're going to need 4 of these, technically. Turn face down, Geronimo face up, and then get the following ability. When your rear guard attacks, that unit gets 5,000 power. Put that unit on the bottom of your deck at the end of battle. In addition, if your G-Zone has 2 or more face-up cards, this unit gets the following ability until the end of the turn. Your rear guards can attack a Vanguard from the back row. So that's good. So your rear guards can attack from the back row. Those rear guards gain 5,000. This is just one giant final push on. This is like 6 attacks on Vanguard. Max can be 6 attacks on Vanguard, depending if you got rid of their intercepts or they don't have intercepts. Geronimo is actually pretty scary if you don't have enough intercepts. Because in reality, your opponent's either going to get 4 attacks or they're going to get, you know, all 6. That's pretty nutty. That's pretty nutty. Godspeed Flash Bruce. Another Spike Stride. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, put a card from your deck. Put a card from your hand into your soul to call any card from your deck. Oh, nice. So it's, and give it 5,000. That's actually really good. I mean, that's a little. This is definitely how you start off. Flash Bruce definitely is Poggies. Put a card in your soul, call a card, bada bing, bada boom. It's really nice. True Revenger Drag Ruler Revenant. Once per turn, if your card is a Revenger, retire a rear guard to call a grade 1 Revenger from your deck, and that unit gets 3,000 power. Lame. Dark Knight Ephesizion. When placed, retire 1 rear guard to get plus 7,000 power. And the following ability. Once you attack hits a Vanguard, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. So obviously you might be riding that. Just to retire a rear for rear, or back row booster, pretty much. Holy Dragon Sanctuary Guard Regalia. If your heart is Sanctuary Guard, all of your front row rear guards get 3,000 power for each of your grade 1s. Nice. That doesn't really help. It's not a multi-attack. It's not doing anything. Holy Dragon, Religious Soul Saver Dragon. If your heart is a blaster, G Persona Blast, turn it face down. Yeah, pretty much. To have 3 of your units get 5,000 power until the end of turn. In addition, if your soul has 2 or more blasters, this unit gets +1 critical. I mean, this is what you, I guess, stride on Majesty with, but if you stride on MLB, he loses the crit. I don't know why no one knows that. Dude, it's a brand new card on top of the card. That means it lost its effect. Wait. So be careful of that, because if you're running Majesty or Blaster, this card will negate his crit. So again, be careful. Be careful. Anyways. Pale Moon. Hari Potter. It's a Pale Moon card. And then Pale Moon gets their counter charges, which is actually really good for Silver Thorns. So it's good they kind of nerfed them before they got the PG stuff. Silverthorn Dragon Master Mystique Liquor. If your heart is a liquor, put 2 rear guards into your soul to soul charge 2, and then call 2 Silverthorns for the soul, giving that unit that oomph pressure. So a little bit of a multi-attack there. Pretty easy to do. Doesn't cost you any CB, so that's actually really good. Doesn't cost you CB. This ain't even a G Persona flip. This card's amazing. Holy crap. It's pretty good. Call 2 of the units right there. Pretty good. Nice. Pale Moon gets a pretty good stride then for Silverthorns too. Anyways, let's see. What does Clifford the Big Red Dog do? When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, call a grade 2 from your soul, grade 2 or less, and that unit gets plus 2,000 power. So again, you could run this in Silverthorns. You still maintain the Silverthorn name. So this gives you, again, more multi-attacking, more ways for Silverthorns to keep doing things. So the CB will go to the other Silverthorns, versus the strides that don't require CB are going to help you do the calling too, which is actually really interesting. Holy crap. Nice. So Pale Moon actually gets some really good freaking strides, apparently. Those are really good. I like reading those. Those were nice. Seeing OTT stride is like weird to me. But anyways, here we go. If your heart is Tsukiyomi, G Persona Blast. G Persona Blast, turn a face down, this face up, and put a Tsukiyomi from your hand. So you need a Tsukiyomi 2 to do this effect. It's a big ass Persona unit that even requires you to have Tsukiyomi in hand. Look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, add 2 cards to your hand, put the rest at the bottom of your deck. Because you put a Tsukiyomi in the soul, you already did the minus, so you're trying to get 2 cards back from when you stride, when you drew, and you put a card in. You're trying to break even with this card. And yes, this is actually a GR, so you're going to need copies of this. I mean, bad noise. I'm not even going to play this, even if you paid me to. It's really bad. Pretty bad, man. OTT gets the shaft. Let's see, we have another Oracle Think Tank Stride. Its name is Rain Clowling 9-Headed Dragon. At the end of battle, this unit attack the Vanguard CB1 to return up to 3 cards from your hand to your deck and draw cards for each return. Oh, that's pretty nice. Mulligan, put your triggers back, draw actual cards. That has some use. That's not bad. Pretty decent. Alright, Numatama, my favorite. One place for your hand, discard a card from your hand to add a Shiranui from your deck to your hand. Pretty sure Shiranui isn't out yet. And they get a Sentinel. So Numatama has ways to countercharge now, so they'll have something to use. So let's get to the good stuff. Let's see what we're striding with Numatama, because Numatama needs good shit. So when this unit attacks a Vanguard, Soul Blast 1 and Counter Blast 2. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards, bind it, and if your opponent has 3 or more cards, choose a random card from your opponent's hand and bind it. So if your heart is a Shura Stealth Dragon, which is the Legions, put those cards into the drop zone. If not, return them to the hand. I have a problem with this card because it says I have to attack Vanguard to do anything. Why do I have to keep attacking Vanguard just to do that? That means my opponent has to have a booster so I can tackle their hand? Either way, you can still do the CB2 to even bind the hand. You don't need a card on the field. It says bind one, and it says that if your opponent has 3 or more cards, choose a random card. So obviously you can still do the bind of 3 or more. But that's good. You know, technically minusing the PG at the end of the day. Hopefully it hits PG, and we know how Numatama works. Yes, they will hit a PG, because they're that good. Rakuto Stealth Dragon, Gita Surakan. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, CB1, have your opponent discard a card at the start of their next turn. Yay. Yay for power creeps. Don't have to worry about sacking the numbers. I mean, striding is going to be good for them because it helps them Legion and lets them do a little bit more plays. But yeah, with the new buff to Hokage Kongo, this is actually going to be a solid game for Numatama, especially with this stride in particular. Because you are going to minus your opponent's hand, which means all those heal guards and PGs are going to be gone, which is going to be great. Still running Tamahagane. First off, get Tamahagane. Alright, Novas. Let's get another Nova stride. Let's get it. What's this card do? If your heart is an Asura, return a G3 from your drop zone to your deck to get the following ability. When your draw check reveals a grade 3, stand all of your rear guards. So again, Samurai's had to get nerfed even for striding. This is pretty solid, not gonna lie, because you're returning G3, random shuffle, RNG shuffler's ass, so you might be hitting that G3 on the first shot. So all your units will restand, so your Samurais will go up high to 2200, but not much depending how the attack pattern was or your opponent played any defense. It just depends. It's really up there. Medio Kaiser Tribrute. So again, more Nova strides after they just had a clan event 2 months from this. When your rear guard stands by your effect, CB1, have that unit gain 2000 power. Then choose one of your opponent's rear guards with power less than that, retired. Obviously, they're going to get all their G1s get retired with that effect. That's a given. So again, board wiping, weird way. White Lily Musketeer Captain Cecilia. All right, at least we can play Musketeers with striding. If your heart is Cecilia, so the G3, CB1, retire 1 Musketeer. Look at 5 cards on the top of your deck. Call up the 3 Musketeers. If you retire to White Willy Cecilia for the cost, this unit also gets a critical. So if you retire the G3, that's the heart, but you have a G3 on the board. When she makes those multiple copies, you save that copy for your stride turn. Then you're kind of good to go there to gain a crit. Also keep in mind this is deck thinning, so technically you can rock and roll with that a lot. But this card is definitely name restricted, so you can't play this on Legions. So be careful when playing Cecilia. Sacred Tree Dragon, multivitamin dragons. Make sure you take your vitamins, kids. When your rear guard is placed, all of your units with the same name as that unit, other than this unit, get 5,000 power. Woohoo, power creeps. Yay. No retire, no restand, just power creeps. Woohoo. Anyways. True Brawler, Big Bang Knuckle Turbo. If your heart is a Big Bang Knuckle, Soul Blast 1, CB1, and turn a card in your G-Zone face up. Okay, cool. You get 5,000 power until the end of turn for each face of True Brawler Big Bang Knuckle Turbo in your G-Zone. In addition, get the following ability. This unit battles all your opponent's units in the front row in one attack. If you have 2 hearts, it attacks an additional back row. Nice. Nice. Keep in mind, when doing this, make sure you're in Legion with your Big Bang Knuckle, because it says you got Soul Blast, you got a Counter Blast, and turn a card in G-Zone face up. Then you gain 5,000, and then to the end of the turn, if True Brawler is in your G-Zone, in addition, you get the following ability. So that's what's weird. You gain 5,000 power, but you have to. This card is technically a G Persona flip. Just worded pretty much. Yeah. It's just a G Persona flip. Just to attack all the front rows. But it's easy to get 4 of these. Not easy. It's 2-2, but hey, easy crafting if you still have materials. I still have materials, so I can practically just craft that and just play some Big Bangs again. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a scrub who wants to play Big Bang again. Because I can craft those triple rares. Oof. Avatar of Baroque Spirits, Vishnu, Narukami. When you attacks a Vanguard, choose one of your opponent's rear guards at random from each of your noble rear guards. With priority to the back row, retire them and bind them. If you bind 3 or more, this unit gets a critical. So that's interesting. Nobles return, so Indra. So Indra kind of got a stride, I guess. Okay. Alright. Cool, but you have to bind like 3 cards, so this effect is very, very non-compliant unless you're fighting against Royals. And Golds. This card's good against Royals and Golds because you can bind 3 of the cards. But it goes by Nobles, so if you don't have enough Nobles... If you don't have 3 Nobles on field, or 2... No, it says Noble Rear Guard, so yeah, you need 3 Noble Rear Guards, or Rear Guard. That's a lot. That's a lot to take in. Okay, we're on Murakumo now. Gateway, Stealth Road, Ataka. Look for Yasui. Yasui's not even out. But anyways. White Heron. Perfect guard. Okay, let's get to the strides here. Cosmetic Snowfall, Shirayuki. Shirayuki strides. Awesome. When placed, call a card from your deck with the same name as your heart. If your heart is Shirayuki, at the end of turn, return it to your hand and discard a card from your hand. Did Murakumo really have to get a minus? If you not put that unit at the bottom of your deck instead. I don't know why like Kagero can get away with that. Everyone can get away with adding a card to their hand without minusing, but maybe they're trying to be stricter now. I mean, think about it. Now they gotten strict with the whole restriction ruling, so I guess this is fine. Instead of making a clone outside the deck, which I prefer, but okay. Take it out of the deck. Ugh, God. You're going to run a lot of counter charges with this card. Just so you can use all your Shirayukis and all your heal guards. Ultimate defense. Anyways, Ambush, Demon Stealth Rogue, Kamijiki Jushi. Another Murakumo stride. Stride, when your rear guard is placed, you have another unit with the same name as that unit. It gets 2,000 power and can attack from the back row. Alright, so it's just a way for, if you had two of the same cards in your hand, one can attack from the back row, one can attack front row, and you're getting 2 damage off the opponent, I guess, if you have your columns prepped. It's a little weird, but okay. Alright, Mega Quality. When placed, add a Dark Face from your deck. We don't even have Dark Face yet, but we'll get there. Sentinel. Alright, let's get to the stride. If your heart is Machina, easy. CB2, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, paralyze it. In addition, if you have 4 more Machina rear guards and all of your opponent rear guards are at rest, paralyze your opponent's Vanguard. Paralyze it doesn't mean he can't ride over it. He doesn't have to pitch a card. He has to ride a card pretty much. And riding limits the striding, so that's good, so don't forget that. I mean, this card is good in its own merit because it forces your opponent to ride the G3 instead of striding a G3. Striding into G4. So that's good. I mean, that's pretty good. It's worth it. I mean, could be better, but it's worth it. I really wish it made him pitch 2 cards, but it's worth it. Because, you know, pitch 1, then he has to ride the G3. That would have been nice. But no, let's not be too crazy now with these effects. We don't want to break the game, of course. Obviously, I'm trying to break the game with Machinas. Big mistake. But this card's good due to the fact we're paralyzing a Vanguard, so they can't stride on it. They actually have to ride a G3. Nice. So if they're on their Chrono Jet and all that bull crap and you paralyze it, oh, they're going to be so upset they have to ride something else. Because Chrono Jet is the reason we stride. Derpader. Anyways, Deforestation, Mutant Deity, Jaggy Devil. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, choose one of each of your opponent's front row and back rows and paralyze them. Nice. Alright, Omega Loop Glendios. Glendios tries to return. If your heart is a Glendios, CB2, G Persona, and then to activate 2 of the effects at the start of your opponent's next turn. Your opponent puts a lock card from the top of their deck on a rear guard face down, on a rear guard circle face down, as a lock card for each of your reverse rear guards. So if you have 3 reverse rear guards, your opponent has to mill 3 cards on top of their deck onto their field. So that's giving you some locking priorities. And if your damage zone has 5 or more cards, all your opponent's lock cards cannot be unlocked during their next end phase. A little bit easier. The Glendios is the better, Dreadlock Dragon. And believe it or not, you don't have to pitch a G3 to do the Omega Lock once you're at 5th damage. So this is a much more scarier Glendios. Because once you get pushed to 5 and you have 3 reverse units, you're kind of set. That's game. And I guess 3 reverse units and 1, big guy. What do you call him? Cold Death Dragon, you're good to go. 3 reverse, 1 Cold Death. This effect wins you the game. Because it's only, at max, it's CB3. That's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap for Glendios. Just the Omega Lock at the end game. But yeah. Just play as many different reverse units on field. It says actually each of your reverse rear guards. So you can actually have copies of that reverse rear guard and it will lock. Pretty good. So this card isn't bound by name. It's bound just by how many reverse units you have on the field, which is really good. So you're not really bound by your cradle too much. If you have nothing but cradles, like 3 cradles, good. The effect locks 3 cards. Each of your reverse rear guards. 1, 2, 3. Bada bing, bada boom. You Omega Locked, you win the game. This is just an easier way to Omega Lock. So your opponent either kills you or you win. That's nice. It's really nice. Can he kill you, though? Possibly not, because you locked his entire board, and you possibly have 2 intercepts in the front, maybe 3 reverse rear guards in the back. Cold Death being your intercept, who knows? That's the magic. Nebula Dragon, Maximum Seal Dragon. Believe it or not, that's a GR, so you're going to want one of these for sure. At least one set. That'll get you through the day. You just got to be careful, because keep in mind you're striding, so technically you have to pitch a G3. I don't know, does this come with a stride fodder? Oh, well, Messiah comes with a stride fodder, so never mind. So you're good there. If you had a stride into it. You're still pitching a G3 reverse, you just have to make sure you can recycle with the G1. So keep in mind you still have that G1, so a lot of your CB might go into that G1 and stuff. Anyways, cool. Nebula Dragon, Maximum Seal Dragon, with this unit attacks a Vanguard. CB1, have all of your front rows get 5,000 power, and for each lock card. Okay, I have a problem with this. This is ass. This doesn't do anything. This is just power creeping when my unit's already attacked. That's stupid. It's really stupid. Anyways, Supreme Heavily Emperor Dragon, Dragonic Overlord, the Ace. Generation Break 2. CB2, G Persona Blast, and do the following abilities. Get minus drive, 1 minus drive on the triple. Then at the end of the battle, this unit attacked. Discard 2 from your hand, including an Overlord, but that's not easy to do because you got the X, you got the N, you got a lot of things. To stay in this unit, draw a card and get plus 5,000 power. Draw a card, not the 2 cards you pitched. Weird. Usually it's the 2 cards that you get back, but they're saying you draw 1. Okay. Cool. Anything else? No, this card's not too bad. Its heart doesn't have to be an Overlord, so you can play this on Blade Master if you wanted. It just depends. Yeah, you can play it on Blade Master because it's CB2. Blade Master's a CB1, and you could actually run Grom if you're not running the End or the X. I believe that was the restriction. No, if you're on the End, you can't run Grom. If you're on the X, but they're connected, so the restriction rulings. But you can run Grom in a deck that isn't involving them too much. Maybe not run the End. Maybe just run the Cross as a gimmick. I don't know. It's a good card though. It's a GR though, so that's gonna be nice. That sounds nice, doesn't it? A lot of pitching too, so it's like endgame. Divine Dragon Knight Zaham Kagaros. When your opponent's rear guard is retired by your other card effect, C1, choose another one, retire it. Okay, so Zaham just doubles up. He's like pretty much he's just Mustafa. He's Mustafa. He's just Mustafa. If you didn't pull Mustafa, just craft this. Wow, that seems like a waste. This card, this. Wow, this is kind of stupid. So this card does what Mustafa does, except Mustafa is a countercharger with a G Persona Blast. Barely use it though, and you got this card that legit does that. Really? Are you kidding? Whatever. Okay. Anyways, Great Nature stuff. Big Belly. Big Belly's not even in the game, so we don't know his effect. We'll have to wait and see. Contrary Instructor, Shell Master. Shell Master. Turtle and a half shells. Turtle power. So you'll be able to countercharge in Great Nature. So here's our stride. School Special Investigator, Leopold Chaser. When this unit attacks, if your heart is Leopoldo, stand one of your rear guards and that unit gets 4,000 power. And the following ability. At the end of your turn, to retire this unit, then call this card to an open rear guard. So he comes back. 4,000, comes back anyways. My only issue with this is it doesn't say restand when he attacks. Oh, no, it does. It says stand one of your rear guards. So it's a stand without paying CB, which is amazing. So technically you could do Tester Fox, no? Why wouldn't you want to do Tester Fox here? Because you could do that. You do that, but the synergy of calling the card back actually ruins it. Man. I don't know. I think this card's good because it says stand the rear guard, 4,000 power, and it comes back. So that's actually not ass. That's actually really good. It says when this unit attacks. So you do it beforehand, before the trigger checks. That's actually pretty good. I mean, anything with a restand kind of helps you in matches. So this is good enough to ride, especially. But the issue is actually, now I figured out the issue. Your heart has to be Leo. That's the issue. Okay, I'm sorry. I know. The issue is Leo. Leo has to be your heart for this effect to be good. And Leo's not even good till he's LB4. Well, he's not good really because he doesn't restand like a normal person. But you could use reverse Leo and you can use your CB too. So pretty much be on reverse Leo when you're on this card, pretty much. So you can do things, really. Yeah, reverse Leo is definitely going to have to be your heart card. Yeah, you're going to need reverse Leo. Omniscient Dragon Wisdom Teller. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, draw a card, and one of your rear guards gets 4,000 power. Thanks for a free draw, so I add more cards to my hand. And that's about it. Just 4,000 power. Try to creep. Tommy the Ghosty Boys. Awesome. The Ghost Brothers. Grade 3 Night Rose. Not out yet. While paying the cost stride. And watch that. Okay, let's get to this guy. Ice Prison Hades Deity Causidius Negative. If your heart is Causidius, so you're going to have the 10k or the reverse. Counterblast 1, put 3 cards from the top of your deck into your drop zone. And call a card from your drop zone if you call the Causidius with this effect. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards, retire it, call a grade 1 or less card from your drop zone. That unit gets 4,000 power. So pretty much they made Causidius, hypothetically speaking, we're calling this 10k. We also get a booster. But you know what this has really good synergy with? Sea Banshee. Because it gives Sea Banshee 4,000 turning into a 10k booster. Which means you need an 11k unit, which ergo, Night Mist. Obviously, you're going to get rid of the Causidius. You're just using this first effect to really just clear out an intercept so you can just swing face. It's really good. I actually like reading this card because you can technically Legion too, but you got to be careful. When you Legion, you don't get this effect. Your heart has to be Causidius, and that's where you lose me because the heart is what the heart wants. So this becomes situational depending how your playstyle is. But if you think about it, it's like Negro Bolt, you're kind of making multi-attacks happen. You're just swinging. I mean, you probably ride Negro Bolt when you make your opponent at 5th damage. But then again, if you think about it, you stride into this. I don't know. I think that's like still the same shit. Because you call it Causidius, you retire, then you call it Night Mist, or you play a G2 on top of this. And there's like a lot to it. But CB actually will work. You might deck out a little bit more since we're not striding. 3 cards is a lot. Don't forget that. A little bit prone to decking out unless we're playing Legion. Which you will. You'll definitely be playing Legion in the deck. Unless Night Rose has some good effect. But Night Rose doesn't even synergize with us, so what am I saying? It's bad. It's not good for Night Rose. And I don't even know what Night Rose does yet. But we'll wait and see in the future. Pirate King of the Abyss, Blue Heart. CB1, call 2 cards from your drop zone to occupied rearguard circle. It says occupied. They have to be occupied. Not, open. No, occupado. Yay. Alright. Absolution Lion King, Mithril Ezel. If your heart is an Ezel, CB1, G Persona Blast. Unlock all of your lock cards. Look at 5 cards from the top of your deck. Call a card that this unit and this unit get power equal to the original power of that unit called. So both him and the unit will gain juice. So they can both power creep together. They're best buddies, but at least they didn't give this unit a crit. I thought they would at least give this a crit. The fact that this doesn't have a crit is like amazing. Crazy. The fact that it doesn't have a crit is amazing to me that they didn't at least let him have that too. But it's a G Persona flip. And it's a CB1, so technically CB, but you'll have enough CB. It's not that hard. Golden Dragon Scourge Point Dragon. When your rear guard is placed from your deck, this unit gets lame as fuck. Next, we have Genesis. Discard a card, add a friend rear. Can't wait to see what friend rear does. Goddess of the Decline Hell. That's our countercharger. Alright, Genesis, what are you bringing? Let's see. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if your heart is a Regalia, CB1 to Soul Charge 3 and countercharge 1 for each of your heart cards. Okay. Okay. And this unit attacks a Vanguard. If your heart is Regalia, counterless 1, Soul Charge 3, and countercharge 1 for each of your heart cards. I mean, I guess that's a way to countercharge. I mean, that's actually countercharging, which is not bad, but you're not really countercharging. You spent CB1. I guess when you're in Legion, you CB2. But I'm guessing that's the whole point of this Regalia card. You have to be in Legion so you can CB2. So you have some soul for your Yggdrasil play and stuff. Yeah. Something like that. Great Angel Doombrace, Soul Blast 3 to have 2 of your rear guards get 5,000 power until the end of the turn. If your soul is 2 or less, soul charge 3. Oh, nice. Thanks for letting me fill my soul, but I wish you were a battle phase unit. You suck. Gear Chronicles got more shit. Why is Gear Chronicles getting more shit? As they were just released like 2 months ago, and they're still getting more shit already. So this is actually Epoch Maker Dragon. This is on the banner. Once you attack hits a Vanguard, bind a rear card. Bind it. To call a grade 3 card from your deck, return that unit to your deck at the end of that turn. If you return, call that card, bind from the cost. Oh, so it kind of lets you double attack in a way, because as when this unit attacks a Vanguard, bind a rear guard. Bind your rear guard. To call a grade 3 from your deck, return that unit to your deck at the end of that turn. If you return, call the bind card. So it's nice. It's like it's a nice multi-attack. Epoch Maker makes multi-attacks, since you're calling a G3 that has 11k power. So that's good. Actually, that's actually really good. And it's only triple rare? That's actually really nice. Because that's like amazing. The only worst part is it's a hit effect. That's the only bad part. But again, pushing and shoving games the final turn is always a good thing. Honestly, not bad. It's a multi-attacker. Just can't do anything on 5th damage. Interdimensional Beast Upheaval Pegasus. When placed, if your heart is Chrono Jet, return all of your opponent's grade 1 or greater rear guards to the deck. Choose random cards from your opponent's deck with the same grade as those rear guards and call them to the same rear guard circle. Your opponent's abilities do not activate from this effect. Oh, nice. Let me board wipe you to call other shit. Call them to the same rear guard circles, too. Cool. Cool. Oh, DP gets more shit. Awesome. Heavy Metal Borg Heavy Duke. Awesome. Cool. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if your heart is a Metal Borg, CB2, get the following ability. When this attack hits, draw a card for each of your hearts, so you can possibly draw 2 cards. Nice. In addition, if your opponent must discard a grade 3 or greater at random from their hand when activating Sentinel during that battle, they do not discard, does not activate. In addition, if you have 2 hearts, this unit gets a critical. Oh, nice. So Heavy Duke just becomes Sin Buster without a break ride. Just say that. Just say that. Okay. Just say that. What's so hard? You're a Sin Buster without break ride. And luckily, this isn't a Persona flip, so you can have a crap ton of these and just stride and just keep smacking with a crit. Pretty much. Crit, and they have to have G3s. And this unit would actually power creep a lot too. Be at 32, your opponent's going to be wasting 2 heal checks anyways. Another one of those situations where you're either pitching 2 heals or you're pitching 2 PGs. Or a G3 and a PG. Either way, you're making your opponents minus a stride. Nice. It's actually really solid. I want to try that out. Dark Superhuman Pretty Cat. If its unit's power is 34,000 or greater, CB1, to have one of your opponent's units get minus 5,000 power till the end of the turn. Then retire a rear guard whose power level became 0. Okay. Oh man, DI, what are you bringing? When placed from the hand, add Schwarhart. He's not out yet. Flag Breaker, Countercharge. Onto the strides. If your heart is Amon, CB1, to have 2 of your Amon rear guards, and this unit get 3,000 power until the end of the turn, for every 5 cards in your soul. Then, if your soul has 5 or more cards, choose one of your opponent's rear guards at random, priority to back row, and retire it. If your soul has 10 or more cards, this unit gets a critical until the end of the turn. And if your soul has 15 or more cards, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. So, not only that, if he hits 15 soul, he can pretty much retire an entire column and or intercepts, or you just retire a booster and intercept, depending how you want to play. But this guy is freaking nutty. This guy's nuts. Due to the fact that it actually is very easy to build 15 soul, because Reiji has showed us that. It's very easy, especially with yellow bolts and all that good stuff. And the Hell's Deals, all of it. But Amon has to be your Vanguard, but with all the Hell's Deals you're running in the deck, you'll be at 15 in like 2 seconds. It's not that hard. It really isn't. It's really stupid. It's really solid stuff. This card feels like meta. But I gotta see it on paper first. Seriously, paper. Soulless Demagogue. When your card is put into your soul during your main phase, this unit gets the following ability. All your front row units get plus 1,000 power. Alright, I don't have to worry about a trigger. I just smack face. Nice. Thank you. Cray Elementals. The fuck? Light Elemental Peeker. When your opponent's Vanguard attacks, if this attack If the attack unit's power is 10,000 or less, this unit gets plus 1,000 power until the end of the turn. This unit cannot be retired by your opponent's card effects. Huh. When your Vanguard is attacked, if the attack unit is 10,000 or less, that unit gets plus 1,000 power. Plus 1,000. So he helps the unit increase. Just to try to block it. When your Vanguard is attacked. So my Vanguard's getting attacked. If the attack unit's power is 10,000 or less. If the attack unit's power is 10,000 or less, that unit gets... Okay. Okay. Whatever. Rain Element Madu. When placed, if your heart has an original power of 10,000 or less, add a grade 3 card from your drop zone to your hand. Nice. Very nice. Works for a lot of those 10k units. Interesting. Oh my god. Legendary Prism Duo Nectaria. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, return one of your rear guards to your hand. If your heart is a Prism, call a card from your hand, and that unit gets plus 5,000 power. If your heart is a duo, add a card with the same name as that unit returned from this effect from your deck to your hand. So it's either, make it a Roan, or you're making it a Prism unit. You either go for multi-attacks, or are you adding cards? Many ways to add stuff in Bermuda Triangle. One place, you may return 2 of your rear guards. Okay, cool. Whatever. So let's take a look at Maelstrom here. We were on Aquaforce here, so Aquaforce got a little bit of an extra help after set 2. So his effect is when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if it's the 4th battle, and if your heart is Maelstrom, counterblast 1 and turn a card in your G zone face up. To draw a card, choose one of your opponent's rear guards for each face up boost up. Here we go with that freaking persona flipping again, and retire them. In addition, if your soul has Maelstrom, this unit gets critical +1. Here we go again with that bullshit. Ugh, God, draw a card, then choose one of your opponent's rear guards for each face up blue Maelstrom dragon in your T zone, and retire them. In addition, if your soul has Maelstrom, this unit gets critical +1. Okay. Marine General of the Heavenly Silk, Socrates. When your unit attacks a Vanguard, if it's the 3rd battle of that turn or more, CB1, to have that unit get 5,000. Okay. Angel Feathers. Alright, I'm excited for Angel Feathers. Gravel. Where the fuck that is, we're going to have to wait and see. Anyways, let's see. Holus Seraph Uriel. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck. Put a card into your damage zone. Call a card from your damage zone. That unit gets plus 2,000 power. If you call the face down card, turn that card face down. What I like about this card is it's a battle phase, so you can activate this for a perfect Daniela combo. I like it, and especially with the new Batrol effect. Batrol's new Legion effect. It's going to be really solid. This doesn't require a heart. By heart, I mean an actual heart name. Holy Celestial Mikhail. If your heart is a Celestial, which it will be. Da-da-da-da. Oh, gosh darn it. Are you kidding me? It's on the last card. Here we go. Alright, if your heart is a Celestial, CB1, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck, put a card into your damage zone, call a card from your damage zone, that unit gets 5,000 power. If you call a face down card, turn that card face down. In addition, if a card with the same name as your heart is in your damage zone, can be face down, this unit gets +1 critical. So pretty much if you Legion on top, if you stride this on top of your Legions, you're good to go because you'll be able to gain a critical. Nice. So that's all the cards from Fighter Collection. So that's everything. That's it. That was absolutely everything. If it would stop freaking leaving, that'd be great. So Fighter Collection kind of looks a little game changing for some clans that couldn't do stuff, but Taji's got a retire unit, that's good. Dudley became more of a heavy onslaught, so that was good. This card was ass. This card's ass. That card's ass. So there's some duds in this set. Religious Soul Saver isn't so bad, I guess, because it gains a crit and it power creeps units, especially if you do a retire play. If your heart is a blaster, yeah, it doesn't cost you CB, so you can do the retiring while power creeping your units, so you can actually hit. So that's good. Pale Moon didn't get shafted, so that's good. Pale Moon actually looks solid, especially with Clifford and both their strides looking good. I would have 4 of each of these because they're really good, especially, and you can run them in Silverthorn, so pretty pogs. Tsukiyomi can rot. That's a terrible card. 9 Dragonhead, terrible. Actually, 9 Dragonhead was the better card. Pretty much mulligan, try again. Numatama, a little bit of a game changer. It just depends. Your opponent needs to have 3 or more cards, which he will in today's meta, so this will work. But the binding on field, yeah, you're pretty much, this card's just killing boosters at best and limiting your opponent's hand too. So try to make sure you use those CB2 units that discard a card. But apparently, this card costs CB2, so scratch that. That's not going to happen. So rip that. So that's what it is. Rakuto Stealth Dragon. Once you attack its Vanguard, CB1, have your opponent discard a card. It's CB1, so it's not bad because it's CB1 to discard versus the CB2 units. So you can make your opponent discard a little bit early with a CB1 if necessary, depending on where your CB is at, or make them discard 2 cards if you use the, Dreadnoughts or all that bull crap. War Deity Asura Kaiser, definitely not so bad. I think Asura has his own little gimmick when it comes to striding, so we'll test that out. Meteor Kaiser Tribrute, not so bad, I guess, but not as multi-attacking as you want. But when your rear guard restands, they definitely will restand because of Victor, so there's that. Cecilia is very limited because she's a heart, so be careful with that. Multivitamins, True Bang, you need 4 up, period, just to even attack 3 units, just like the olden days. Vishnu is just a weird, Indra unit. Shirayuki could have been better. I wish it called outside the deck, but the fact that we're taking it out of the deck early instead of making a free copy like Shirayuki already does, take it. That's all I can say. Stealth Road Kamajishi is interesting as well, because if you have 2 cards of the same name in your hand, both those units get attack and intercept while you set up a power column, etc. He gets 1 unit 2,000 power, so obviously the unit that he summons actually gets the 2,000 power. The back row does. So be careful on the multi attacks there. Mega Colony, not so bad, because again, we're paralyzing Vanguard in Stride Era. That's really good, because that means your opponent can't stride. They actually have to ride a G3, or they can't stride, unless they just have multiple strides in their hand or some shit, then they just do it. But this card's not so bad because it can do that. Awesome. Mutant Deity Jaggy Devil, once you attacks. Nope. Omega Glendio seems very interesting. Definitely want to try that out. It's very nice. You only need it once, too, so it's not like you need 4 of these. You only need 1, because it's ending the game. You want to try to end the game? I don't know. I'm thinking about a no-heal deck. No heals. Guarantee this. I wish. I would be dead. That means I would have to I would actually need to have 4 PGs to do the Glendios play properly and shit. Scratch that. That's terrible. You gotta run heals. At the end about this unit attacked, the Overlord, you're gonna want 4 of these. This is a GR. If you only get 2, you only get 2. That's fine. I mean, you have plenty of good striders to kill, but this one does a restand, so again, multi-attacking, just like the X and all that. But it doesn't have to hit, so again, something good. But you gotta pitch an Overlord, something bad. But still, multi-attacking is multi-attacking on endgame. Zom just took Mustafa out for a stroll. Mustafa sucks. 50% you can. Yeah, I'm trying to look at the F2P side of things, and this is the best F2P card if we want to talk about. You want a GR? Just get this. It's an SR and it does the same shit. You're welcome. Hey, my God. Leopold's definitely up there as being decent. Not too bad. Reverse Castidius not reverse. Castidius negative. Can be negative depending. You gotta run Legion in the deck, and you gotta run Castidius. It's like a lot of stuff there. Then, lots of testing, but I can't wait to try that out. Always a big fan of the Grand Blue Saga. This card's a big what the fuck moment, but I can understand. It's CB1 to call 2, so if you have 2 G1s, you get rid of those 2 G1s for G2s. I get it. And this makes using, Erosion Dragon easier, actually. So you'll be able to use Erosion Dragon with ease. So you'll be able to retire more of your opponent's cards. Ezol did the thing. He just keeps everything from locking, but it's a G persona, so there's some limits there, and it doesn't gain a crit, so that's good. Mythical Beast Skull, Sacred Frame, Regalia, Demeter. Yep, pretty much CB1, Soul Charge 3, Counter Charge 1. Obviously, when you're in Legion, you can Counter Charge 2 from the Counter Blast 1. So again, you try to plus 1 on your Counter Charge while building up your Soul to do Yggdrasil's plays, etc. Doom Bruce was weird, but okay. Wasn't an attacker. Apoc Maker's really decent due to the fact that he can't make a multi-attack happen. He calls a grade 3 out of the deck. He puts the G3 back in the deck and terrible RNG shuffler. People Pegasus seems interesting because you can get rid of G2s maybe your opponent needs, and you got rid of them early. I don't know. Heavy Duke, definitely pretty solid there. I like it. The crit pressure, especially turning him into yet a glory. That's also good. Just a glory, really. They can't really heal guard it too much, depending if they have enough heal guards. Amon's talent is too fucking good, I think. This card's going to be insane to play. Out of all the strides, this one's definitely really up there. All you really need is a mon. You're good to go. Maybe you're running the Legion, so you don't deck out because 15 cards is 15 cards. Maybe you got like a little bike tech. Who knows? Who knows how you're going to play it? Maybe a chariot. Who knows? Depends on your playstyle. And you got some weird Cray Elementals that revolve around 10k units. If your original power was 10k, give it an extra 1,000. So there's a way to make Cray Elemental stride decks. I guess that's fun. I guess that's okay. Oh god. It's kind of fun. And pretty much Cray Elementals don't get units that retire, so technically it's not so bad, because now you can play boosters that can't be destroyed. Hypothetically speaking, this is a Cray Elemental card. So you could technically run this in clans that need boosters. Obviously that requires testing, but yeah. You want a booster that can't get retired and all that? This is for you. You'll always have something to hit with. That's not bad. I mean, obviously Gears bypass it and Binding bypasses it, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, this card's interesting because when placed, if your heart was power is 10,000, add a grade 3 from your drop zone. So whatever you pitch, you get it back, so you can keep striding into this. The fact that this is a meme is like hilarious, but it's decent. It's a decent meme. Legendary Prism Duo Nectaria, like we said, either play it for multis or play it for adding PGs. Depends on your status. This they totally fucked up because they want you to pull 4 of that, and that is a GR unit. Yay, pull 4 of those so you can do the effect properly and gain criticals and deal damage. But, yeah, that's what I hate. That's pretty much a G Persona flip, and they're just not saying it's a G Persona flip. They could say it's a G Persona flip. But I'm pretty sure CB1, turn a card, you draw a card. At least you draw a card. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards for each face-up of your G4 in your G zone and retire them. In addition, if your soul has mail... I don't know if the addition is part of that Persona flip, it sucks. But if it's not part of the Persona flip, I'm okay with that because it's technically just Maelstrom swinging with a crit and you're drawing a card. Pretty much. But if it's part of it, then it's garbage because they want you to Persona flip the only 2 times in that match. But if you Persona flip the 2 times, you get to retire 3 units because for each of your Gs. So you get to retire 3 units instead. And you draw a card for each, right? No, you just draw 1 card and you're retiring. You don't draw for each retire. Boo, boo. And of course, a lot of the Celestial cards look great for how they are supposed to function. So Daniela returns and all that good stuff, multi-attacking. So there's a lot of good... I mean, there's some good stuff in there, and then there's some garbage stuff, but a lot of good stuff that can help a little bit of the minor clans proceed and actually do things is very important. So I kind of like this. I mean, I'm glad it comes out in February. Kind of gives us time to prepare. We know a couple of these are triple rares. Just the Overlord one I would want, because that's the best kind of GR. So you want to try to pull as many of those. So every time you pull that one, reset the box. That'd be my opinion for Fire Collection. Reset the box every time you pull Overlord. If you pull Overlord, reset it. You're gonna. If you get 4 of those, I think you're set with a great restand endgame unit for striding. Especially when it's a 26k, which means your opponent can't really heal out of it. So they have to bank on PGs and shit. So yeah, I think that's what me going into Fire Collection in February is going to involve me just going for Overlord. Since a lot of the stuff is double rares. I mean, if I can get 1 Glendios, I can get 1 Glendios. If I get Glendios on my run with Overlord, I'm okay with that too. It just really depends. It really depends. So I pray my 9 method saves me there. Hopefully I pull 4 of those GR Overlords and we're good to go. I do want Duke, but he's a triple rare. I can craft it. I need the Overlords. Why am I becoming a dragon main? Alright, y'all be good. Y'all stay safe. I'll see you all another time. Peace out.